here. You've told me about the stop signs multiple times, so.
Last time I said it was just
Oh gosh, okay.
like seriously. But I asked the guy for that. Like clearly didn't plan people to because
Waiting
like and it's still missing.
Yeah, okay, take your seat.
Like I guess that makes
Take your seat, man. I'm waiting for my mother.
Look at that, I'm still here to pester you.
Oh my god, I hate you so much. Devone and Pager. Yo. Alright. Okay. Devin, please take a seat so we can start. You are the last person we're waiting on. I would like to go to my reservation sometime in the next hemisphere.
Where are you going?
I'll tell you later. I don't know off the top of my head. Okay. Will everyone please stand? Wait, hold on. Nick. Color guard. We're doing the color guard thing. Nick. We need to do the ceremony, the color guard ceremony, Nick. As well as you two, Sam. Thank you for helping out, Ollie. Color guard, advance! Color guard, halt. Color guard, present the colors. Color guard, post the colors. Scout salute, Bugler sound the colors. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Color guard, dismissed. Please be seated. Welcome all of our members, our parents, and our many guests to our troop's 46th Eagle Court of Honor. Today, several of our scouts will be recognized for their leadership positions they were appointed to in January, along with our newest Eagle Scouts. For those who are not familiar with a Boy Scout Eagle Court of Honor, it is a recognition of the activities and a celebration of the accomplishments of our 6 Scouts: Henry Joniak, Jacob Huber, David Maloney, Sam Youngsteen, Eddie Reed, and Danny Coleman, on the day of their being awarded the highest rank in scouting, the Eagle. All of our scouts are on the same trail that our newest Eagles have recently completed. As parents, you can help them determine up how far of the Eagle Trail your son will climb. With hard work and encouragement of his parents, every scout can make Eagle. And now here's our Scoutmaster, Mr. Lewis.
Thank you and good afternoon. It's my honor to be here for my first Eagle Scout Court of Honor as Scoutmaster. I'm just going to take a minute to thank some of our leaders and committee members. If Dave Reed would stand. Dave Reed has just taken over as our committee chair. Thank you. Scott Lincoln, I have not seen Mr. Oh, there he is. Scott Lincoln has taken over as the financial chair and treasurer. Thank you. Mr. Ray Kastner. There he is. Stand. Ray is our charter organization representative, which is a little different this year. And if Bridget Coleman, Anna Cook, Barb Harshey, Karen Maddox, Vicki Maloney, and Janet Williams would stand. This is a conglomeration of our shopping team, our border review team, and our health and medical forum team. And I'd like to thank all these ladies. We'll clap at the end, but I'm going to announce our assistant scoutmasters. If Mr. Steve Bischoff would stand. Jeff Baranek, Jim Burns, Carl Bushman, James Cook, Bill Harshey, Mark Hefflin, Chuck Johnson, Kevin Joniak, Scott Lincoln, Lewis Maddox, and Kevin McComsey. We really want to thank these guys. Our Court of Honor this afternoon kind of has 2 bits. We'll honor a few achievements and our new leadership team, and then we'll dive into the Eagle Court of Honor. So at this time, Pastor Dave, there he is. Pastor Dave is going to come up and do the benediction. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I want to welcome you to our church building and to say how proud we are of these young men. Knowing most of them, they're remarkable people who have found that a long road of obedience in the same direction pays, and they've done that with great dignity and with high integrity to achieve this honor. So I want to acknowledge you and congratulate you. And also just to remind us all, Henry Ford, who doesn't usually get quoted in church, one time said that the greatest example of poor workmanship is a self-made man. He said that any of us who get anywhere do it because there's tremendous sense of community and privilege and help and love along the way. And each of these guys I know would acknowledge their parents, scoutmasters, and so many people that have helped with badges and love and encouragement along the way, aunts, uncles, grandparents. It's just too much to even think about how our journeys are enhanced and beautified by the people around us. So congratulations to the community that surrounds these young men. If you would, just pray briefly with me. Dear God, for each person here who has been loved and nurtured and encouraged by another, we give thanks to you. Amen. Thank you.
Mr. Coleman, would you come on up? There he is. Oh, behind you.
Yeah, I'm still here. Will Sam Hefflin please come to the stage? Sam Hefflin is our newly appointed senior patrol leader. And it's a job that most people envy and despise at the same time. Your job is to plan everything from the type of dressing on the salad of lunch all the way to the massive events like what we're at right now. And Sam is a brave enough man to tackle on this task that I and many others have done before. So, Sam, I just hope that you are in a world for a lot of dates, a lot of camps, and a fair few bit of plans that have gone off the rails, and for you to fight or flight to get them, to work properly. Sam, give it up a round of applause for Sam.
Can Caleb please come to the stage?
Will Francisco Carney please come up? Francisco has taken up the duty of Assistant Senior Patrol Leader and the responsibilities to the troop that come with it. These include assisting in the planning and execution of monthly campouts, planning and management of weekly meetings, and providing a model for leadership and training for the entire scouting troop. Francisco, thank you for taking up the position of Assistant Senior Patrol Leader. Will Robert Kern please come to the podium?
Will David Holter, James Reed, and Billy Williams come up? There's one of them not here. These gentlemen will be taking over as quartermaster. They are more or less responsible for the equipment and gear issued out to each scout.
Would Nicholas Cook, Oliver Lewis, and Lex Krupa come to the stage? These three young men will be taking on the position of patrol leader this term. Fortunately for them, this means a lot of nights leading all the other scouts in all of their activities, whether that be troop-led or individual patrol-led. This does include dishes, so moms, if your kid comes home not knowing how to do them, you know who to blame. And then overall, they're just to assist the senior patrol leader in general operations of the troop, as well as just keeping everyone moving in every activity. Let's give them a round of applause. Will Daniel Castor please come to the stage? So Daniel here is the new bugler for Troop 226. This means that whenever we have to play taps or reveille or sounds of the colors, he's the guy we go to. Oftentimes the ire of everyone in the morning when they have to be woken up, he's the one who makes sure the troop gets going and makes sure our colors are honored. Let's give him a round of applause.
Can I have Matthew Charon come up? Is he not here? Okay. Well, unfortunately, Matthew's not here, but I'll tell you a little about Scribe. Matthew is taking on the mantle of the troop's scribe, and that kind of is, I would say, probably the most thankless job in the entire troop, as you have to manage everyone's money, and you have to manage the attendance and everything about that, and it's kind of annoying when you have to go to the person to say, here's my money. It's my least favorite part about camp when I was in the troop, but it's a very important job because it allows the troop to keep running and allows us to have all our great equipment. And everyone just give a round of applause for Matthew. Thank you.
Can Logan Johnson, Carter Johnson, David Holter, and George Richards come up to the stage? So these fine men up on here the stage have been rewarded with the position of den chief, and sometimes in the troop, den chief's kind of like scoffed off as not that important, but trust me, it's one of the most important positions in the troop, mainly because they're the front line on recruiting, and most of these people do a really good job at it. They have to deal with a lot, like kids younger than them. That's a really hard thing to do. So how about everybody give them a round of applause and
Would David Maloney and Jacob Huber come to the stage? I always save this award for myself to pass out. This is one of my favorite awards. Not to overshadow what we're about to talk about in Eagle Scouting, but when I look back on my scouting time, it was the camping that I remember. It's the times in the cold that I reminisce about, that we call type 2 fun. It was a lot more fun when I think about it than when I was there. It was the nights with my friends building fires and putting up tents and hopefully staying dry. And these two gentlemen have made 100 nights in their 7 years with scouting, which is an amazing accomplishment.
Before we start our Eagle ceremony, I have a couple announcements. First off, our second semester dues are due. They're $45 and they can be turned into Matthew Charon, our scribe, on Tuesday, February 15th or Tuesday, February 22nd. We are now accepting deposits for summer camp. They're $150 and they will also be turned in to Matthew. If you want any information or how to register, that is all on the website. We are also accepting deposits for our high adventure that's this summer. We are doing a sailing high adventure. They are $250 deposit, and they will be turned into Matthew. The same applies to our Philmont high adventure in 2023. Our next camp will be our Father-Son camp. It will be this coming weekend, February 18th through February 20th. The camp has a $30 fee. And thank you to Mr. Glenn Miklishki, sorry about pronouncing your name wrong, for doing the electronics for tonight's ceremony. And we will be now beginning our Eagle ceremony.
He is full of enthusiasm for life and full of mischief, eager to learn and eager to explore. In favor of more time outdoors and less time in bed, he is 11 years old and ready to meet new challenges on the road to manhood. It begins with a small ceremony in a darkened room lit by only one candle. The boy is told that the candle represents him as he started in scouting, knowing little and therefore giving little light. His patrol leader slips the neckerchief around his neck and ties it with a quick overhand knot. He is now a scout. In the weeks that follow, he learns about scouting's ideals, some guidelines to good character, be prepared, do a good turn daily. The first level of scouting skill is slowly mastered. Then, on a day to be remembered, a day just like this one, with his parents watching proudly, he stands a little taller as he receives his tenderfoot badge. But he knows that tenderfoot means beginner, and he is not satisfied with being just a beginner. There are many more things to be learned and tests to be passed. Fire building means kneeling in the mud with head down and low and smoke blowing in his eyes as he prays the big sticks will start to burn. Maybe the food doesn't taste like mom's, but the Scoutmaster says that if he eats all and doesn't die, he will pass cooking. Second class comes, and those camp hikes come easier. But he'll think twice before he tries to hike a 20-miler. He learns how to handle some of his first aid emergencies and about his duty to help others. Of course, there are merit badges now, over 135 different subjects in which to specialize. Some of the required are met easily. Others required repeated efforts. The first class badge on his shirt pocket means he has grown in his scouting knowledge. 6 merit badges bring the star badge and the opportunity for a leadership role as scribe, instructor, or quartermaster. The leader's patch he now wears on his left sleeve means that he has a position of responsibility. As a troop leader, he learns that things don't just happen. They have to be carefully planned in advance. He now sees some of the burden and the responsibility that goes along with the privileges of leadership. 11 merit badges brings the life badge and some extra duties as well. One by one, the merit badges are added to his sash until there are finally 21. 21 merit badges representing hundreds of individual requirements, hundreds of hours, books, studies, many nights of camping, and numerous service projects. They represent moments of accomplishment and very often moments of failure. Once again, the room is darkened, lit by only 2 candles, symbolizing truth and knowledge. He is no longer the tousled-haired, smudgy-faced boy of 11, but rather a young man who has grown physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. He is a result not only of his own desire to succeed, but also the combined effort of his troop's leader, merit badge counselors, camp staff, and members of his troop, and of course, his parents. He is the product of the largest youth organization in the world. Today, he is the reason for Boy Scouts of America. He is tomorrow's leader and the hope of the world for a better future. He is an Eagle Scout.
Proud Eagle parents, when your son marches down the aisle this afternoon, take a good look at him. He will look different somehow. Heavier, taller, and older than he usually seems. But as he stands there, you'll realize that this difference you notice is more than just physical. He'll have a look of accomplishment and independence about him. You may even have a momentary fear that he does not need you as much as he used to. Now is the time to think back. Think of the many times you played, worked, and suffered with him, because whatever you've done, whether great or little, has had its effect on him. Then, look ahead to the time when he'll walk down other aisles, at other ceremonies, his graduation or his wedding. Look ahead and try to visualize him as an adult or as a parent. Then, as the program closes today, reaffirm your pledge to your son that you will continue to help him just as you've helped him arrive here today, for today is but one stepping stone on the way towards tomorrow. At this time, 6 previous Eagle Scouts will introduce our newest Eagle Scouts.
Henry K Joniak joined the Boy Scouts of America in February of 2015. He's the holder of 27 merit badges and has served Troop 226 as a scribe, bugler, instructor, patrol leader, and quartermaster. Henry has 84 nights of camping experience with Troop 226 during the years 2015 to 2021. He attended the summer camp at the Edward N. Cole Canoe Base in Michigan. Henry is a senior at Strongsville High School, where he's a member of the Wind Ensemble, Symphony Orchestra, National Honor Society, and French Honor Society. Henry is also a member of the Ohio Education Association, District 4 Honors Band, and the Northeast Ohio Regional Orchestra, the Strongsville United Methodist Youth Group, and is president of Mu Alpha Theta. Henry is employed at Panera Bread, and in the fall, he plans on attending Denison University, majoring in biology. For his Eagle project, Henry planned and organized the construction and placement of benches for an outdoor seating area for the benefit of the Harbor and Bridge Community Center in Cleveland, which contributed 87 hours of service time to the community. Henry K Joniak is a 172nd Scout of Troop 226 to earn the rank of Eagle.
Jacob William Huber joined the Boy Scouts of America in February 2015. He is the holder of 36 merit badges. and has served the Troop 226 as an instructor, quartermaster, patrol leader, and assistant senior patrol leader. He has also received the 100-Nighter Award. Jacob has 100 nights of camping experience with Troop 226, and he, in 2018, participated in the French River Canoeing High Adventure in Ontario, Canada. Jacob is a member of at Strongsville High School, where he's a member of the Symphony Orchestra, Chamber Strings, Jazz Band, Pit Orchestra, National Honor Society, National Technical Honor Society, Mau Alpha Theta, and Rao Kappa. Jacob's also a National Merit semifinalist and a member of the Model UN, All-State Orchestra, and the Order of the Arrow. Jacob is employed at Hastings Waterworks as a lifeguard, and in the fall, Jacob plans to attend college and pursue a degree in electrical engineering. For his Eagle Service Project, Jacob planned and organized the Church Memorial Garden, for which a benefit of the St. Aldeburgh Church in Berea, which he contributed 86 hours of service to the community. Jacob William Huber is the 173rd Eagle Scout of Troop 226.
Samuel D. Youngsteen joined the Boy Scouts of America in January 2015. He is the holder of 23 merit badges and has served the troop as an assistant patrol leader, quartermaster, instructor, and patrol leader. He has also received the 100-Nighter Award. In 2018, he participated in our French River Canoeing High Adventure in Ontario, Canada. And in 2019, he hiked the Rocky Mountains at Philmont Scout Ranch in New Mexico. Sam has 135 nights of camping experience with Troop 226. Sam is a senior at Berea Mid-Park High School and is a member of the swim team, indoor and outdoor track team, and show choir. He has lettered in swimming, music, indoor and outdoor track, and is a member of the youth group at the Emmanuel Assembly of God in Middleburg Heights, and has taken part in several mission trips through his church. Sam is employed at Raising Cane's and Marco's Pizza, and in the fall plans on attending Cuyahoga Community College, majoring in precision machining. For his Eagle Service Project, Sam, working with billiongraves.com, planned and organized the photography and cataloging of over 3,000 headstones at Sunset Memorial Cemetery for the benefits of the family and friends of the deceased, which contributed 84 hours of service time to the community. Samuel D. Youngsteen is the 174th Scout of 226 to earn the rank of Eagle.
David Maloney joined the Boy Scouts of America in March 2015. He's the holder of 24 merit badges and has served Troop 226 as an instructor, historian, quartermaster, patrol leader, assistant senior patrol leader, senior patrol leader. He has also received the 100 Nighter Award. In 2018, he participated in our French River Canoeing High Adventure in Ontario, Canada. And in 2020, he participated in our Ohio Pile Canoeing High Adventure in Pennsylvania. David has 101 nights of camping experience with Troop 226. David is a senior at Strongsville High School, where he is a member of the Symphony Orchestra, German Club, National Honor Society, National History Honor Society, is a National History Day finalist. David is a member of Strongsville United Methodist Church, Handbell Choir, is a tent manager at Strongsville Homecoming Days, and volunteers to assist the Strongsville Rotary Club, Kinsfest, and the Arts in Strongsville Day at the Chalet. David is also active in a historical reenactment group which concentrates on the World War II era. He's employed at Hobby Lobby, and in the fall plans to attend Ashland University, majoring in history and political science. For his Eagle Service project, David planned and organized the construction of an 18 by 12 by 24 foot brick patio for the benefit of the Strongsville United Methodist Church's Prayer Path Garden, which contributed 200 hours of service time to the community. David Maloney is the 175th Scout of Troop 226 to earn the rank of Eagle.
Edward David Reed joined the Boy Scouts of America in March of 2015. He is the holder of 22 merit badges and has served Troop 226 as a librarian, instructor, patrol leader, quartermaster, assistant senior patrol leader. Eddie has also received the 100 Nighter Award. In 2018, Eddie participated in our French River Canoeing High Adventure in Ontario, Canada, and in 2020, he participated in the Ohio Pile Canoeing High Adventure in Pennsylvania. Eddie has 130 nights of camping experience in Troop 226. Eddie is a senior at Strongsville High School, where he's a member of the string orchestra. He is also a member of the Order of the Arrow, and Eddie is employed at Raising Cane's, and in the fall, he plans to attend college, majoring in chemical engineering. For his Eagle Scout project, Eddie planned to and organized the repairing and painting of public benches for the benefit of Pine Lakes community and the HOA, which contributed 89 hours of service to the community. Edward David Reed is the 176th Scout of Troop 226 to earn the rank of Eagle.
Daniel Earl Coleman joined the Boy Scouts of America in February of 2015. He's the holder of 23 merit badges and has served Troop 226 as an assistant patrol leader, instructor, patrol leader, quartermaster, and senior patrol leader. Danny has also received the 100 Nighter Award. In 2018, he participated in our French River Canoeing High Adventure in Ontario, Canada. And in 2019, he hiked the Rocky Mountains at the Philmont Scout Ranch in New Mexico. Danny has 158 nights of camping experience with Troop 226. Danny is a senior at Strongsville High School, where he participated on the high school football team for 3 years, earning his letter in football. Danny volunteers as a camp counselor with Abilities First in Rocky River, which specializes in pediatric occupation therapy. This fall, Danny plans to attend Ohio University, majoring in wildlife biology and conservation. For his Eagle Service project, Danny planned and organized the construction and restoration of the occupational therapy equipment for the benefit of the Abilities First in Rocky River, which contributed 70.5 hours of service time to the community. Daniel Earl Coleman is the 177th Troop Scout of Troop 226 to earn the rank of E.
All the families, please stand. Eagle Scouts, your father will now have the honor of pinning the Eagle emblem onto your uniform. Eagle Scouts, would you please present the mother's pin to your mothers? Families, you may be seated. Eagle Scouts, would you step out to the middle, please? Could I have Jay Apo stand? Jacob Cook stand? Michael Gallagher? Pat Gallagher? Cole Joniak? Mark Hefflin? Jason Johnson? Robert Kern? Kevin Lewis? Dave Little? Devin Maddox? Kevin McCombsey, Glenn Michalski, Caleb Strauder, Tom Clark, and any other Eagle Scouts, please stand. Eagle Scouts, parents, friends, it is my honor to present our new 6 Eagle Scouts to you today. Two of these Eagle Scouts, you may sit, please, thank you. Two of these Eagle Scouts earned palms. Present those. Henry Joniak and Jacob Huber also earned palms, bronze palms. They earned additional merit badges past the 21 required. Tom Clark, would you like to come up and present?
Thank you. My name's Tom Clark. I represent the city of Strongsville. I'm a councilman, and I am honored to be here today with these gentlemen as I just stand with them as a fellow Eagle Scout, and I'm honored to welcome them to the Eagle Scout family. I'm gonna hand each of them a recognition and commendation from the city of Strongsville, and just briefly speak about them as a collective group that's joined the Eagle family. So first, Henry Joniak, please step forward. You might be wondering why he switched hands. He's close to my heart now because we're fellow Eagle Scouts. Jacob W. Huber. Sam D. Youngsteen. J. David Maloney. Edward D. Reed. And Daniel E. Coleman. On behalf of the city of Strongsville, again, I want to recognize these gentlemen. The Eagle Scout badge is a journey. You heard that many of these gentlemen started in scouting and Boy Scouts in 2015. So it's about a 5, 6, 7-year journey for some of them. Some of them started, and I recognized some of their faces and names when I was a den leader in this building as part of PAC 226. And I saw the servant leadership then. They were older than the young Tiger Cubs and Cub Scouts that I had the privilege to participate with. And they helped them, and they led the way. And they were model examples for this PAC, this troop, our community of Strongsville. Very, very privileged to be here today and join you all in honoring them. Let's give these Eagle Scouts a round of applause. Gentlemen, you've just entered a life of servant leadership, and we couldn't be happier for the service that you've given to our community and that you will continue to give to your family, our community, and our country. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. In my effort to correct an earlier mistake, I skipped the second page. Ladies and gentlemen, they say that behind every successful person stands a special individual who was instrumental in helping them reach that important achievement. Someone who is there to offer the advice and support, provide the encouragement when things are not going as planned, and sometimes to provide that little oomph, that little shove, or that kick in the pants when there is some procrastination or momentary drop in desire. These are truly special people. We would like to thank and offer our Eagles the opportunity to introduce their special person, their mentor, and present them with the Eagle Scout mentor pin. Henry, would you please bring Kevin Joniak up?
I am recognizing my father as my mentor because throughout my path in the Boy Scouts, he has never let me falter and stray from this path. And now, standing at the other side, I can see why. He always made sure I would come to all the meetings and partake in all of the camping activities.
Jacob, would you bring Jeff Heigl up?
So Jeff Heigl was crucial to the completion of my project. When I first took it on in the summer, I found myself way over my head with all the committees in the church asking for different ideas and offering different concepts for the garden and what they wanted. And without Jeff, I would never have been able to organize it nearly as well and make it look nearly as good. So I attribute the completion of my project to him, and I'm very appreciative for all the hard work he put in to help me accomplish my project.
Sam, would you please bring Steve Bischoff up?
I chose Mr. Bischoff because he helped me in a lot of ways. He always helped me out when times were hard, and he'd always guide me in the right direction. He was always there for me, and he showed me what a real Scout leader is, a role model, an advice giver, and a person that I could look up to. Thank you, Mr. Bischoff.
David, would you please bring Scott Maloney up?
So for this special award, I decided to choose my father, as many other Eagle Scouts have today and have for many years in the past. I still remember about a year ago, around this time when we went to the Eagle Court of Honor last year, was it the year before, my parents asked me, so who are you going to choose for your mentor? And I remember they explicitly said, don't pick Dad. Everyone picks Dad. Pick somebody else. And I spent a year thinking to myself, you know, who am I going to pick then? And, you know, it came down to the wire now where we were meeting weeks before now, and I still hadn't picked someone. But the one name that kept coming back in my head was, oh, well, it's Dad. It's always been Dad. And so that's why he's here today. My scouting career started back in first grade when I was part of Pack 226, like Mr. Clark said. And standing around as a first grader in that first meeting room, the parents were talking, you know, who's going to be our den chief. And, you know, everyone was just kind of backing away. Nobody wanted to stand up for the position. And my dad decided to stand up. And that's where my scouting journey began and where our journey together began. Through all those years, he was at my side. You know, he led our pack, or not our pack, but our den, all through the special events, made sure I got my belt loops in, and of course, he pushed me to the Era of Light ceremony where I crossed over to Boy Scouts. And he continued into Boy Scouts as well by taking a step back, but still being involved as the committee chair for our troop for a number of years. And what stands out so much to me is over all these years where he was so heavily involved in my scouting, he was also heavily dedicated to the community as well and our family. On top of being part of our scouting, or my scouting life, he was dedicated full-time job for our family, and on top of that, he was heavily dedicated to the community, where he served on the Strongsville City School Board, the Strongsville City Council, the Strongsville Building Commission, the Strongsville Rotary, the Strongsville Chamber of Commerce, the Strongsville Historical Society, and I'm sure there's others I'm forgetting, but most of all, through all of this, by dedicating this time to my scouting career, he began laying the most important parts of my life, and that's my moral compass, my strong work ethic, and most importantly, my drive to give back to the community and give back to all the different organizations, which was, of course, fostered through scouting, but it began with my dad. So with all that in mind, Dad, I wouldn't be here without you. So this award is as much mine as it is yours, and I'd like to thank you.
Eddie, would you bring up Mr. Scott Lincoln?
So at the beginning of my scouting career, I didn't know really where to go. It was a new place, new people, and a whole new set of skills to learn. Mr. Lincoln was there from the start to help guide the way, and I was fortunate enough to have family members to help guide me along the whole trail to Eagle, as well as a great troop and a great community around me to keep pushing me forward. But the main thing that sets Mr. Lincoln apart was, when I first realized it, was when he said the phrase, 15 months. This was when he first started really pushing me towards my Eagle Scout. Now, most people would think 15 months is a long time. Let me tell you from personal experience, that goes by very fast. Those 15 months seem like 15 days. But every advancement meeting, every chance he got, he would always remind me of how much time I had left. He was always there to ask, what can I help you with? He was there just continuously pushing me through every chance he got to get Eagle Scout so that I would not miss that opportunity. And I cannot thank him enough, because I cannot guarantee I would have gotten Eagle without his help. So thank you.
Danny, would you invite John Briggs to the stage?
Unfortunately, my Eagle role model could not make the flight here due to health reasons, but I chose John Briggs, who is my grandfather, and he always pushed me to do scouting, even in kindergarten, say, you should join Cub Scouts, it's really fun. And I fell in love with it, and I kept going. And he's in Texas right now, so every couple months we would give him a phone call, and I'd tell him all the goods and bads and ins and outs about what we were doing. And as you know, I got further along in my scouting career, he always said, I will do everything to try and make it to your Eagle Court of Honor. And in those phone calls, we would always talk about the stories he had, the memories he made, and the ones that I made and shared with him. and he would always push me to do everything in scouting that I possibly could. And I wouldn't be here without his dedication and commitment.
Thanks, Danny. Representative Sweeney, would you join me on stage?
Good evening, everyone. I am Representative Bride Rose Sweeney, and I have the honor of being the state representative for the 14th House District, which unfortunately does not include Strongsville, but we will hear from my colleague, Representative Patton. But I do represent Middleburg Heights, which is where Samuel represents. And so one of my favorite parts of my job is being able to recognize leaders and individuals in our community who reach some kind of achievement. And so I have a commendation from the Ohio House of Representatives for Samuel. And it's important to note that these aren't fluffy documents, and there's actually strict guidelines in order to be worthy of receiving one. And so I do just briefly want to read from it. On behalf of the members of the House of Representatives of the 134th General Assembly of Ohio, we are pleased to pay tribute to Samuel Youngsteen on attaining the rank of Eagle Scout. Your impressive credentials as a Boy Scout leader readily confirm how very worthy you are of this esteemed honor. Commendably, you have shown not only an unwavering loyalty to Troop 226, but also a firm commitment to strive for the betterment of society, and we congratulate you on the tremendous record of accomplishment. Considering your readiness to participate fully in the civics affair, educational growth, and charitable activities for your community, it is no surprise that you have won a host of admirers. And honestly, I congratulate each and every one of you. It is truly remarkable to think about all of the hard work and sacrifice that each one of you had to make, and including your families. And I look forward to the journey of seeing where all of you end up in different leadership roles. And I hope all of you can maybe consider running for office one day, because I believe that the world would be a better place if we had more Eagle Scouts as leaders. Thank you.
Representative Patton, would you join me on stage?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I got here a little bit late because I was at a granddaughter's basketball game. I got to warn you, it's starting to snow a little bit more out there, which is always kind of normal this time of year. And I'm delighted to see my colleague, Representative Sweeney, because I kind of slid in the room and I didn't see her. And I'm in the back of them saying, I have 5 proclamations and I have 6 young men. Phew! Sam, she saved you. You know, I have had the great opportunity to represent Troop 226 since 2003. And having nothing else to do, I took the time to count that I've been at 107 of the 170-some courts of honor. And what a true privilege it is. There'll be some other proclamations from you. You'll have the President of the United States. You'll have the governor. You have a lot of people a lot more important than me. But they don't have the ability, sadly for them, to be here and actually meet you young men. And the reason you guys are here, I call 3-part harmony. First of all, I want to give a shout out to the troop leaders, Scoutmasters, and all the men in the room who have worked so diligently over all these many years. This is a significant troop. For those of you, I travel around and I see some of the other troops. They're very, very good troops. Troop 226 is exceptional, and be aware of that they truly are. And so it goes into that, and again, these folks don't get enough credit, so would you please join me? Let's give them a nice round of applause for all that they do. And the second part of the three-part harmony is the moms and dads and family members. It's just, there'd be a lot more young men up here if they had the support and the backing of their families. And so I'm always kind of jealous. Of course, I had 6 kids. I used to joke they're all boys except 5. And a couple of you listen, that's good. That's paying attention. That line usually gets a better laugh. Anyhow, but no, it's a significant thing, and I want to, please, let's give them a nice round on this special day. Nice round of applause. Some minutes ago, it was asked for all the Eagle Scouts to stand up, and they stood up. And they didn't say, former Eagle Scouts, please stand up. They didn't say, current Eagle Scouts, come forward. They said Eagle Scouts, which means today they become an Eagle Scout. And when they're 97 years old in a room, they say, well, Eagle Scouts, please stand up. You will stand up. This is a lifetime accomplishment, a lifetime achievement. 2-3% of anybody that gets in scouting gets this. Here, do me a favor. I'm just going to save a little time, you know, and I won't read it because Representative Sweeney did a nice job, you know, in bringing this forward. I just think that it's exceptional. It's an exceptional day in the lives of the families and especially of these 6 young men. And they're the third part of that third-part harmony. So, ladies and gentlemen, one last time, if we can give a nice round of applause to the 6 newest Eagle Scouts of Troop 226.
Thank you, representatives. Mr. Bushman would join me on stage. We have several letters and proclamations from representatives and esteemed members of our community who cannot be here today. We would start bringing them forward. Eagle Scouts, why don't you step forward? I think that'll be a little easier. I believe Mr. Bushman is passing out from the mayor of the city of Strongsville, from Tom Persick. I didn't say that right. And from the mayor of the city of Middlesburg, Matthew Castelli, for Sam. And from Matt Dolan, Ohio Senator, 24th District. And from Nikki Antonio, Ohio Senator, 23rd District. Eagle credentials. Okay. He's now passing out the Eagle credentials. We also received proclamations from Governor Mike DeWine, U.S. Congressman Anthony Gonzalez, United States Senator Sherrod Brown, United States Senator Rob Portman, and President of the United States Joe Biden. All right, I think I'm on track. Henry, Jacob, Sam, David, Eddie, and Danny, as you make your way in the world, remember always that there is no such thing as a former Eagle. The rank of Eagle brands you as someone who has mastered the challenges necessary to reach your goals. Every time someone sees the word Eagle and your name on the same page, they will know that you do not shrink from challenges, and they will continue to challenge you. The perseverance that you have shown while becoming Eagle will help you achieve many other great things in your life. Lift up every task you do and every office you hold to the highest level of service to God and your fellow human beings. Be a credit and bring honor to your brother scouts, to your families, and to yourself. Lastly, do not consider that eagle hanging on your chest as the end of the trail, but rather as a wayside on the journey to a better life. May the great master of all scouts be with all of us. Thank you for coming today.